Chilling, man.
I ain't been violent on these streets.
Man, don't be violent.
Yeah, don't be violent out here. You know
Sometimes
they wait. You know they wait on that for us and go ahead and string us up. But
Already. Man, you hear about what happened in Raleigh?
what happened in Raw?
oh, that dude, man,
The
I
dude.
wanted to handle that kid. I wanted to handle that kid myself.
What happened?
He probably won't make it. Some dude, like, it was a guy. I think it was a house party or something that some some guys that came to, some black dudes that came to in the neighborhood or whatever, and the white dude said he came out of his house and ended up shooting some dude that was unarmed, saying that he had the right to defend his family or some nonsense.
He said called
Dude,
into the called
dude,
into the from what I heard, he said they said they called into the police department. I was like, if you know what's good for you, you better send the PD out here right now.
That's what the white dude said.
The dude, yeah, the dude, and then they said, from what I heard, he didn't even come outside of his house. He he shot the dude from through his window. Like he opened his window and shot towards the kid, talking about he was gonna set off warning shots. But he shot the kid or the dude. I don't
he
know how old he was.
He killed him.
Yeah, and he died.
he that guy's not gonna make it. He's not gonna live long, man.
Yeah, these folks.
Yeah, you saw what just happened to Dylan Roof.
What?
Like,
Oh, I see you, Joe.
Jay,
That Joe Webb.
your sister something to drink, please.
Yeah,
Good night.
Joe hit Demarius
Oh,
Bird.
I forget, man. Let me do the right thing. There it go. There it go.
Yeah, you
There it
can't see
go.
mine. Okay, I can't.
Nice man.
Bruh.
There you go.
Look at y'all shirts.
That's right. That's right. All day.
And you live in Charlotte, Wally. You need to
Look at
be
my shirt. It's
working
black
harder
too.
than everybody else.
My shirt black and I'm a Panther.
You should be. You should be. I'm proud of you, man. It's
Crucial.
good. It's good that you finally acknowledge that.
Oh, I didn't say Carolina Panther though.
Where you
Yeah,
live
all
at?
right.
You live in Carolina.
Hey, listen, I support Cam on many levels. I don't support the outfits he wears sometimes.
Yeah, he need to work on
I,
that.
I don't support those sometimes too.
I can't get behind all of that.
But other than that, you know what I'm saying? I'm proud of the man. I'm very proud of the man. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm extremely proud he's my quarterback. I
That was a
say
good
that.
pass. That was a good pass.
I told you.
Oh,
I told you.
Lord have mercy. They watching preseason games.
Man, get out of here, man. It's
Hey
been
man, look, it's serious business. It's
it's
serious
been
business. We
like
gotta see
eight
what we
months.
got out here.
I will watch it, but I don't want to waste my free internet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You probably got the live stream on
I ain't
too,
gotta.
perpetrating.
I ain't gotta say it's on ABC.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's,
All our games gonna be televised.
that's even worse, man.
I'll watch it online.
Nope,
I mean,
that's awesome.
Who they playing? West Charlotte.
the Ravens.
Might as well be the Ravens. Might as well be West Charlotte.
We losing right now though, so
Miss
Don't worry about it. We're gonna win this.
preseason don't even,
Joe Webb about to turn this thing up, bro.
preseason don't matter, man.
it matters to me.
Hey, I disagree. We got rookies out there, man. We got to see what they got.
It matters to me.
Listen,
Again, out
Steve
there
Hill
right
just
now.
dropped one. Who?
Who's that? Cameron Arthur. Anyway, let's get back to the to the matter at hand. See, I'm over here in the game. So Wally, man, I read the entire book. Uh, sent me
Ow!
the special preview because
Oh,
man, I got connections like that. He sent
hey,
me
shut up, man.
sent me the super special secret preview, and I read the whole joint today, all 125 pages
Mm,
before I left work.
at work,
Hold up, bro.
you shouldn't say stuff like that.
I want
on internet.
125
I
pages.
was
Yeah, you definitely said
I
that
was I did it
online.
on my break while during lunch and on my break
Nah,
in the free
you
time
already messed it up,
that I
bro.
had.
Yeah, that.
It
Yeah.
wasn't bad until y'all said something. But either way, the Fairy Tale Nights, man, it's dope. I know you've been working on. How long you been working on it, man? It's been like 5 years, right?
I mean, this actual book I've been working on almost a year, but the actual story, yeah, well over 5 years.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember like when I first met you. I think you were at least talking about it, and I've seen like interviews that you did way back. Oh, and I appreciate you shouting me out too, man. You shouted me out in the interview that you did on Tumblr, and you was telling people to look out for us.
Yeah,
So
real recognize real.
I appreciate that. We appreciate that. Um,
Straight up.
so Malia, is it Malia or Malia? How you pronounce it?
Malia, Malia sounds pretty cool, but we ain't that deep, so
All right. So Malia is the main character. She's from the Order of the Red Hoods, right?
right. And for the record, we didn't name our child after Obama's child. No disrespect, President.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
All right.
let me tell you.
All right. I understand, man.
But
We all got secrets.
I didn't even know what that black man was naming his kids. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I thought I was on some new stuff, and then 100 million other Malias came out. I was like, man,
you thought
Hey,
you was
man.
being original.
It's a pretty cool name
It
actually.
is,
So
man. It is.
yeah,
So um so of course you named the main character after your daughter. And I know we've talked about how, you know, that this book is important because there's not a lot of representation for people of color out there, and especially for little
right.
girls of color. So I personally appreciate it, and I'm gonna be there. You're doing a thing on Saturday, right? And you're gonna be selling the special editions of Fairy Tale Nights.
Yeah, I'm in there taking over Rebel Base for a lot of hours.
Okay.
Going
What?
there, command the story be mine for about 6 hours or so. And then
Hey,
sound like a
I
plan.
got after that.
okay. So do you know what time y'all gonna start?
Um, I guess the official time is 12 to 6, but I'll be there probably like 11 when they open. Maybe like 11, 10:30, 11 whenever they actually open to set up and all that good stuff. Hang out for a little bit. Um, waiting for the UPS man because I have not actually got the books in my hand yet. But they're supposed to be here tomorrow. That's
Okay.
overnight is telling me. You know,
You got dust on your computer or something, man? You doing a lot of swiping.
for me or Morgan.
Was that you, Morgan? All I could hear was ticka 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 ticka
Oh,
ticka.
that was me. I was
No,
probably me.
that wasn't me, man. I thought he was chopping something up.
Yeah, tap in. I ain't used to this digital interview thing, man. I come from a different crowd of people, man. Like trying to get used to this. Look at this. I'm moving the joint around. See that? Horrible. This is why I don't do an interview.
I'm just trying to. I'm trying to share this link, and my computer ain't cooperating. So
This is new for
I
all
bet.
of us, man. We just trying to roll with the punches. We old, well, y'all old. I ain't gonna say I'm old, but y'all old dudes.
Hold up, bro.
Y'all
Hold up.
y'all used
Hold
to
up,
pen and
kid.
paper and
I'm
Hold up, kid.
old when it comes to people like that little boat boy talking about. He don't have to rap to be a rapper. Yeah, I'm an old NIGGA. When people say stuff like that, I
who,
accept my old.
Hold up.
who said
Who
that?
said that nonsense?
Man, that little one of them little boys, little boat, little black, little camera. One of them dudes was doing an interview talking about all them dudes that think that our music whack. They just old and they don't understand. As long as we turned up, we ain't actually got the rap. We can just say yeah on the track and it's gonna be hot because we turned
Oh
up.
no,
That's,
no, they
oh,
didn't do
that's where we at now.
He
That's where we at.
he does drugs.
that. He
He
probably on
does
that.
drugs. Probably strong ones.
He probably doing
You
that.
know what? I
Them.
told I told somebody today, a partner of mine, I said, you know what? I can't even be mad at him. If I'm gonna be mad at somebody, it's got to be the people that's giving him the ability to think that that's cool. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like,
I agree. I
because
agree.
if we as comic book creators said we ain't got to really write no story, we ain't got to draw no pages. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be crazy. Like this is what we do, but we ain't gonna do that though.
It's gonna be hot just
Hey,
because
look.
I put out blank pages.
Hey, look. If we was getting paid for it,
It still ain't right. It still ain't right.
I,
It's just a
hey,
mistake. I ain't mad at him for eating. I ain't mad at him for eating. But when you start put like if you eat and be quiet, then I can deal with you a lot more than when you eat and you telling other people this. Like, that's when I be like, oh man, bro, got
Um,
something.
yeah, I agree.
these young folks, yeah, I think I'm in that generation between these young whippersnappers
Nah,
and
you old.
and the old heads and the
You know
old.
why you old, Danny?
Why's that?
Because you got kids and your shirt is buttoned up too high. If you was a
Nah,
young
man.
Hey man,
Leave my shirt alone, bro. Leave my shirt alone.
if you was young, you'd be doing something different or something so far left that we couldn't accept it. So you don't fall in that category.
Uh, I can wear a button up if I want to, man. Stop hating. Stop hating,
Jay Z
because your
told you
wife
to do that.
your wife only dress you in black tees, man. Stop
Jay Z
hating.
told you to do that.
Who?
Jay Z, Hove.
No, man. I
Come on,
don't
man.
need
You
it.
old, man. You got that from that old rapper, man. Just be old.
No, no, I ain't old yet. I'm working on it though.
I mean, old is relative. You know, my grandmother 99, 98, she finna turn.
that's what I'm talking about.
That's
You know,
all right, right there.
yeah, that's old is relative.
Yeah, that's good,
We
man.
we in the real area, the real age area, where you really start to figure out some things about life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What she was
I
doing
ain't
at
done.
20 was crazy.
Yeah.
And I heard that comment by my wife dressing me in black shirts. I dress myself in these shirts, thank you.
Yeah, all right.
I take pride in selecting my Target shirts, my Momosio, what they call? Momosio shirts. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I'm trying to come up. I used to do Foot Locker shirts. Now I got Target shirts, bruh.
There you go. There you go. Next you're gonna be next you're gonna be going to Dillard's.
Nah,
No, not Dillard's.
I ain't cool enough for that.
Anyways, so one thing I wanted to ask you about the book though, you're you got a bunch of bad guys in this book. Like I ain't gonna give nothing away, but like
Give it away, man. Give it all away. I don't care.
you got the faceless
Oh, get
one.
it
You got
eventually.
dang on dudes from other like the real world. I forget his name. Like he's the business the dude who what's his
Christopher,
name in the
Christopher,
business suit.
Christopher
Yeah,
Lilly.
you got this dude. You got the what is it the grannies. Like you
Mm.
got you got a bunch of bad guys in this book. Like what made you decide to do it like that instead of having like a traditional one bad guy? I mean, because there is one bad guy who's pretty much the bad guy, but
Right.
you got the Black Knight, the you got a whole bunch of bad guys in this book from Malia to fight.
Well, the Black Knight is really a good guy that just ends up having to be on the wrong side of Malia. But everybody else, we was trying. Well, first of all, shouts to my man Jarrell Claiborne who helped put this together. Um, we didn't want to just have like one set villain, so it was more of an idea of how can we keep this interesting for people, where when they kind of find things as they're going along, they're like and piece things together. So we had to build kind of a world of villains, just like there was a world of heroes. So that's where these relationships come into hand until you get to the end and find out who's really behind it all.
Yeah.
Um, and then in volume 2 and 3, you start to find out more about the effects of this on everything. You know what I'm saying? The whole kingdom.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, we just wanted to make sure it was kind of fun. There was actually some more villains, but I had to cut them out because I
Really?
didn't have time to put like. Really, I should have worked on this book for 6, 7 more months to get it where I wanted it visually. But if I would have did that, then 6 months later, I'd have been like, "Oh man, I need to put 3 more months in," because I would have realized something else could have been done better, and then something else. And so I just kind of had to force myself to really cut it short and finish it. But
Well, shoot, man, I tell you, the art is dope. Like when I got to the Pig Brothers, that those pages are so dope, man. Like
I
the way
appreciate,
you reimagine the three little pigs and how like those dudes are rough, bro. Those those dudes are really rough.
appreciate you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, and there's a lot of little points we tried to cover. Like I don't know if you peep when they go to what the realm the pigs live in, and they were talking about how people become products of their environment.
Yeah.
Like we're trying to touch on gentrification. We're trying to touch on like the effects that these things have in life, but using fairy tale creatures, so it's not overly preachy. We're not, drilling it down your throat, but you're still getting pieces of it. There's a scene in there where Malia and Patrick encounter the police. You know what I'm saying? And the way that they handle, even the way that people interpret them, and her talking about the Order of the Red Hoods, and they call it a gang because got to be a gang that she's talking about. You know what I'm saying? So, and how the news twist what happened to fit what would be interesting for the world over what actually happened in that moment. Small mishap that turns into a huge thing, you know what I'm saying, where guns are fired. And there's more, like, there's so many things me and Jarrell wanted to put in there, but it would have made the book like 200 plus pages. So I had to, for budget reasons, bring it down. And then even time, like, there's panels that I cut out that's supposed to be in there. Even the way I colored certain pages, because my daughter took part in the whole process. So there's pages that we were trying to feel like a kid was doing, you know what I'm saying? Like the way colors were laid out, and it was like a coloring book feeling. So there's a lot of things symbolically that's in there, and everybody might not get it when they just look at it. They might be like, oh, why does it look like that? And this one look like that. But there was reasons for all of them. You know, we really want you to feel like you were going on this journey, and you're going in and out like a movie where you go in and out of the reality world, and then there's the imagination of what's happening. You know what I'm saying? So we try to squeeze a lot into a small space, man, and hopefully people walk away happy, you know, and curious about more.
Yeah, I could see that, man, because there's certain pages, like when the storytelling and the coloring is, you know, like I see the basic, you know, I know your style, so I know what it fully looks like, and then I can tell when, like, if it's a dream sequence, not a dream sequence, but like a flashback, or when they encounter the when Malia was talking to the granny at the beginning, I could tell, you know, the coloring was different. So this was something, there was something else going on there. Right. So like I could see that when you know, when I was reading. But then again, I know you more, you know, than your regular fan probably does. I got a little more access than most people. So
you make me feel bad because Morgan should, you know, so I could have slid it straight. You should have slid it to Morgan. Morgan is his fault.
Hey, look, man, this dude's a jerk net, bro.
If I would have had,
he woke up a jerk net this morning, bro. He woke up a jerk net yesterday morning. It's what he do. Like I can't tell you how upset I am. This dude scoured all these pages today.
I didn't even think about it.
You hear him? I told you. Didn't I tell you? I told you it was a jerk net. He woke up a jerk net. He literally just said he proved it on tape, on wax.
I didn't even think about it.
I didn't even think about it. He reiterated it. Why are you doing that?
I don't even know. That's a problem. I need to work on that, because I literally think maybe I should get Morgan to read it too. But like, he sent me the email, so I was like, I want to read it, because I've been waiting on it for so long. See, that's what happened.
Everybody listen.
That's what happened. See, I had been waiting on it for so long that I was just like, oh man, I got it. So I need to just go ahead and read this. I need to do that, and then everything else just kind of like blocked out of my head. So that's kind of what happened. Instead of, like, it wasn't a selfish thing.
No,
it wasn't being selfish.
It was completely selfish.
Yeah, I just assumed if we was doing an interview, you'd want Morgan to at least kind of have an idea of what we was talking about.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
Especially knowing that I've been waiting on the joint. You know what I'm saying? Since you said it was dropping, I've been waiting on the joint, because I told you how fire the pages were a long time ago. I told you when Fairy Tale Nights dropped, when Black Panthers dropped.
Right.
Look, you know what I'm saying? It's a wrap. Like, there's nothing to even talk about. Like, as soon as I get paid, I'm purchasing that joint immediately. So you don't even need to worry about that. Well, that's a definite.
I think you should have to remove your Panthers hat.
Nah, not gonna happen. I need to get a haircut.
You know, yeah, you should have just wore a shirt if it was gonna be all that. That's what you should have did.
No, that's my bad. Boy. That's my buzz. I apologize for that. But in my defense, it was short notice. Like, I had to get through it. I didn't even get to go into it as deeply as I wanted to, because I just got it.
No, man.
So it ain't like I had it for a week and I didn't send it to you for a week. I literally got it like 5 hours.
It doesn't matter, dog. It doesn't matter. So you just forgot that I wanted to see it and read it myself.
I'm gonna send you the link. I'm gonna send you the link.
I don't want to hear it.
Off here, and then we'll make up for that.
I could have been promoting the joint all day.
You're right. I apologize, man. I'm sorry. How many times you want me to say it?
Very true, man. A lot of valid points been made here, Danny. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Exactly.
I'm a bad person. I'm a bad human being. I apologize.
No. You please continue the interview that I can't participate in.
But you can, though, because you know what? All right, let's talk about Black Panthers then. So.
No. Black Panthers is dropping, so we can't talk about Black Panthers yet. It's not out. We're talking about Fairy Tale Night.
It's true.
All right. but you can talk about cultural issues that he was just talking about though, with because
I can.
because you have a black daughter also, so you know that it's
I most certainly
important
do.
to have representation of people of color in media. So this that without knowing the story, you can comment on that though, right, Morgan?
Sure, of course I can. Nice try to save yourself. Um, yes, I do have a little beautiful daughter, and I definitely think it's extremely important for us to include and integrate in people of color. Black people. You know, shoot, you know how much I'm partial to my character Shrapnel. You know what I'm saying? She's Mexican, you know what I'm saying? To bring some Latinas up in here. You know, to be able to spread the wealth, you know what I'm saying? Because I think especially to have the book centering, having Fairy Tale Night center around not only your daughter, which is that's a boss idea in the first place, but to have it centered around a black girl that's um, gonna be the main character. I think that's incredible. Especially she's not full grown, is she? She's how old is she?
She's about 11 in the main part of the story.
That's what I'm saying. Like one of my favorite things to
And
see
she's a
in
beast
comics,
though.
period. Yeah, one of my favorite things to see in comics, period, is to see younger people or people early on in their journey or whatever it is evolve. Like that's one of the reasons I think I love Dragon Ball Z so much because you know, like I like Goku, but my dude was Gohan because I was like, man, Gohan is smashing and this dude is little. You know what I'm saying? Like when he went with level 2, I was like, um, I will never forget that moment in watching TV history, bro. Like when the electricity started coming off this dude, he took the step forward, and I was like, yo, everything, the world can stop right now. So I can't even imagine, you know what I'm saying, being able to get a hold of Fairy Tale Nights and seeing an 11-year-old handling biz and knowing my dude Wally did it and it's made after his daughter, you know what I'm saying? So I like
Right.
as soon as I get the pages, I'm promoting the absolute bejesus out of it. Uh
Yeah. And it's
because I got people on
125
deck.
pages, bro.
Exactly. That's what I'm. Oh man, I just
What
can't wait, bro.
Wally, man, what possessed you to make this joint so long? Because I see, like it's broke down into chapters,
Right.
and you could have easily put these comics out, one by
I
one by
cannot
one.
wait.
I mean,
Why did you choose to make it like one graphic novel instead of break it up into comics?
originally when we first started working on it, we were going to do the individual issues, but looking at the time and having to still balance other work and et cetera, I just didn't want to get caught up in a place where I put a few issues out and then life stops me from putting the other issues out. So I
Hmm.
figured if I can get people behind the graphic novel, I can give it to them in volumes where they can sit down and get everything at once for that volume, and then the next volume get everything at once. And it meant a lot more work, a lot more time going into the work, and I learned a lot doing it this way. So the next time I take on something that big, I know how to break it down better. I know how to approach it. I know how to set things up better so that I can make the whole process streamlined. But
Mhm.
that was my main way of thinking, man. I just wanted to try and give people a full story they could sit down with. Like how it used to be when you was little and your parents, for some people, parents that would sit down and try and tell them a story. And that's part of it too. Like I wanted to bring back the idea of storytelling. I wanted to bring back the idea of influencing imagination. Like I don't know if you noticed it, Danny, and when you get past the epilogue at the end and the credits, there's a blank page that'll be in the print.
Oh yeah, start your own story. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole point of that is to encourage anybody reading it to sit down and start telling their own tale. You know what I'm saying? Like how they would want to adventure or do, or the characters they would make. Like, and it's only one page, but it's just supposed to be that jumping part.
Yeah.
And when people get the book, they're gonna get a goose feather. We have authentic goose feathers that's going out with the book. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
for
So
real.
you can be like, bro, I got one of them other goose feathers right here, and
Hmm.
I'm about to start writing this tale. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey man, that's fire.
appreciate it. Yeah. So
See, Wally's told me about some super, like this dude's got ideas for games and all kinds of stuff that come off of it. So I know it's a bigger universe, and I actually submitted some writings for it. Hopefully he'll take a serious look at them someday.
this ain't a
But
plug, is it? Then?
I just had to go ahead and put that out there that I had King Arthur. We'll talk about that later. So
That sound like a plug to me.
so but like you were saying, the universe, the whole fairy tale nights is built off of storytelling, and I kind of I like the idea where that you have it as a universe alongside of the regular human universe, and that these stories depend on people telling the stories about these characters. They're real beings because the kids imagination keep them alive,
Right,
basically.
right.
So like when I was reading a part about Mother Goose and how because people stopped telling the stories that she started losing her power. Like that right there is dope to me, that you can think that how much power that is that we have, that just because we are thinking of these characters that they really exist. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what, how far does it go though? Like I know you've told me that there are more, books that like people probably don't know, but there are more books inside of the universe that control the stories of these characters. But how big do you see this being?
I mean, if I had it my way, we'd be talking like at the minimum, Harry Potter, Star
Mm-mm,
Wars, book trilogy, I mean, history type situation. You know what I'm saying?
mm-mm.
Like at the minimum, and that's just because we have the other characters that we can go into and break down. We have the kingdom. I don't know if you noticed when there was a scene where they was in the castle and they were at the table and the table had this map on it. That
Mm-hmm.
map, that whole table was a map that basically broke down the land of Imagine. So I didn't
Oh wow.
put that map in the book bigger because of just time constraints. But
Mm-hmm.
that's one of those things where, as I expand and budgets and opportunities expand, I want to really show people how big this place is. Like Malia is at the main center of a much bigger place, a much bigger thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, when I first put the new stuff out, I don't know if you remember, I had a page where she was talking to these cats dressed in purple, and one of them tried to touch her hair, and she kind of snapped on them about trying to touch her hair or whatever. Those guys come from a whole different part of the realm that isn't even explored in this book.
Okay.
And so, not just Malia and her surroundings alone, I could probably do 4 or 5 volumes before going anywhere else. But I would like to
Yeah.
start setting up some of the other kingdoms and some of the other things that's happening and showing how these things have affected and hurt other places. Because even like when me and you was talking, there's other folklore, there's other tales, there's other fables that don't get explored as much because they come from a different culture. And
Right. Right. Right.
America, it's normally limited to one main background. Even like the movies we see the Hercules, the Ben Hur movies, but those aren't the only great warriors and stories and tales that exist. It's just that's all that the people in this country often want to put in the forefront. There's also great warriors and people from other places. So it's the same thing here. Like Malia is just one of the primary, kind of like starting at this apex, but as you come down the pyramid, there's these other blocks and bricks that make the whole what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay. That's dope, man. I know I can tell that it's a deep thing because the part of the book when they leave from talking to Dumfries, and Dumfries is my like one of my favorite characters.
Oh,
That's his name, right?
yeah,
The
a
dude,
lot of history with Dumfries.
bruh, Dumfries seemed like he got a lot of stuff on his mind.
He
Uh,
he
Dumfries is Wally's version of Humpty Dumpty, and he basically like watches over this library, right?
yeah.
He has like this whole like when you see him, he got all of these shelves of books around him, and then they come and ask him for advice. Basically, they ask him about the unnamed one and all that stuff, and he just talks in these riddles, like he's spitting off all this knowledge, but he ain't really saying anything because he doesn't know if he can trust them or if well I'm sorry, I ain't trying to give it away.
Not like these conversations are important. Like I hope that people start having these conversations. Like for me, one of the greatest things is for people to walk away talking about it. Like
Yeah,
you go see a movie and people walk out like, it sucked. They don't say nothing else. You like, I failed. But
yeah, yeah,
even if they don't like everything, but they walk away with conversation from it, then you accomplish something. But
yeah.
Humphreys, him and his brother, Rumpelstiltskin, are
Oh, I didn't even know he was his brother.
yeah, yeah. But we don't talk about Rumple at all, yet. But just to give you a little, because we don't discuss this in the book, but I don't mind putting it out there. Jarrell will probably want me not to, but I'm going to.
He sound like me.
Spoiler. Yep. It's exactly damage to Tory quick.
Oh shoot.
um, Humphreys is he's cursed. I don't know if you remember the shoe children, the old lady who lived in the shoe. Her children talked
Yeah.
about him being cursed, and basically what happened is he had too much knowledge, so he was cursed to be this eggshell man who cracks. If he can ever put himself back together again, he can release all the knowledge of all the worlds.
Oh wow.
As long
Okay.
as he stays cracking and crumbling, he can't do that. So that's his curse. He's constantly trying to balance this knowledge, this infinite knowledge he's gained, with the fact that he's trying to put himself together to get freedom, to get his freedom to speak and to speak without being gagged and held back and restrained. Because he knows he's constantly under the watchful eye, but there's also rules to this curse, and he just can't. That's why he talks in these riddles, aside from fear of what may happen to him. And his brother is going through a similar thing where he can't speak until someone says his name. So the
Oh
knowledge he
wow.
has is contained until he can get somebody to speak his name, but his name has been forgotten. So you know what I'm saying. So these are the little sub stories and sub things that we want to explore. And like a lot of people who have seen, well, not a lot of people, but the few people who have seen him become very curious about this guy. Like this egg dude. Like, what's up with Humpty, man? Like, what's happening with him? He looked freaky. Like,
Yeah.
he's cracking,
That's dope.
putting himself back together and such.
Yeah. He seemed like he got a lot on his mind, man. He seemed like he got a lot on his mind.
And man,
But
that's a really dope idea, yo. It really
Appreciate
is.
yeah.
I got to credit Jarrell, man. Like when I came to him with three stories, and I was like, man, which one you want to work on? And he's like, let's do that one. And I'm like, cool, that's what I wanted to do. And I gave him, I like to say, I gave him the type of meal I wanted and a bunch of ingredients, and he actually turned it into a full course dinner. Like he made the desserts, and you know what I'm saying. Like I had a cool story and a great concept, but he made it work. You know what I'm saying? Like he brought things to the table. There's things that are said in there, terms that he brought to the table I wasn't even thinking about, and he squeezed. And that's the joy of having somebody who's more of a researcher and a writer. I'll research to a certain degree, but he goes into a whole different place and he brings things back. Like, hey man, what do you think about this? And hey man, what do you think? And there's a lot of dialogue that I cut out just because of time that went even deeper. You know what I'm saying? Things that the Black Knight, like you don't get to see the philosophy of the Black Knight as much, but there's things that he talks about when he's killing people, because he doesn't take pride in the fact that he's killing people. This is just what his sword has been blessed to do, and he has to do for a mixture of reasons. So,
Oh wow.
like this is one of those books where I hope maybe a month or two down the line I can like do some crazy thing like this and bring a bunch of people together and we can just have conversations. Like so much I've been holding this information. My kids are tired of it to a degree. Holding this information in for so long, and I can only talk to my wife, my kids, Jarrell, and that's pretty much it. I think
Man.
we lost Morgan.
Oh yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back. Yo, but like there was a part where in the book, like where after they went and talked to Humphreys,
Mhm.
where like they went through like 8 different places. Like I know there was like the Hollow Lands and the Shimmer,
Yeah.
and like there was some green place, and there was like the Valley of Stones or something like that, and like all those places like inhabited, or is that just like a wasteland where they just were traveling from one place to get to where they were trying to get to?
Somebody lives in all of them except for one. Is uncertain if anybody's left. The land where the shoe children came from, um, it's in between the dark lands and other occupied spaces. But pretty much there were people at one point in all of them.
Mhm.
So some of
Okay.
them, there's creatures there that we didn't get to explore yet. The Darklands has creatures that go into a whole different place, but she didn't have to encounter them because she was only going so far and looking for certain things. The Shimmer, there's a bunch of people there, the land of the fairies. But yeah, all those places have some sort of inhabitants. And there's also the bird people had a certain place that they came from, but we didn't get
That's what I was gonna ask you about, because Patrick kept talking about why you think it's what happened to all the bird people or whatever. So, and then, well, like I said, I don't want to give it away, but it's. I remember I think somebody there was a bird person there, or somebody was flying, at least somebody was flying. I don't know if it was a bird person, but somebody was flying and got shot out of the air.
Yeah,
So, like I said, man, it's deep, man. It's you got a lot of stuff. You got a whole universe there that I can tell that you're building. I didn't even realize it was that deep until reading this.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, man, there's so much I want to explore. Like even with the volume that you were working on, there's a lot of things I want to sit down and just flush out. So
Hmm.
everything is. I want to make sure everything can be standalone enough to where if somebody picks up a different volume in the future and they might have missed a prior volume, they can still get a full story, but
Hmm.
hopefully it'll connect enough for them to say, oh, but what is this about? I want to go back and find this other volume now because it relates somehow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to be honest, I think even Malia doesn't know how vast her world is yet because she's
Hmm.
only known certain parts of it, and then after things got divided, she can only access certain parts of it.
Right. Okay.
Now that the barriers are gone, there's a whole nother world that she can see, and it hasn't
Okay.
dawned on her yet that they've made her the queen. Like that
Oh.
hasn't even actually dawned on her yet.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a whole nother
So you
thing.
just gonna go ahead and give away the you just gonna go ahead and give it away. I was trying not to tell people.
I mean, there's still so many things that they don't get, even with what we have said, and it's like, and hopefully they're still like, queen, what?
Wait a minute. Yeah. But that's cool though. I like the part that got me was when Patrick turned human. Like that whole exchange was hilarious to me. Like him saying that he didn't like standing on 2 feet, and he was like, "What is like my him picking stuff out of his toes and all that stuff."
Right.
That was pretty cool. I like that too.
Man, there's like 4 more pages that was supposed to be in there just dealing with him and Malia and him figuring out how to be a human
Oh yeah,
for a couple of hours. Like, but I had to cut it down. Like,
yeah. I understand, man.
there was some crazy dialogue of him just explaining, like, man, this is jacked up. Like, bro, I'm used to being on 4 feet, 4 legs. I ain't got
Hmm.
a coat on no more. Like, what in the world? You know what I'm saying?
That got me. That got me too because I was like, "What is happening?" Like when she said, Patrick, you're you're human and you're naked. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? It took me a minute to realize that they had, been sent to the real world.
Right.
Like, and then the thing happened with them being called a gang, and then like you said, it's a lot of stuff that you put in there that like it's gonna take me several reads to get it. That's why I'm gonna be there on Saturday and pick up my copy. I'm gonna be right on up there.
It seems to be. It looks like there's quite a few people coming from out of town. I don't know how many people in my city is going to be there, but it looks like there's quite a few people from out of town coming. And I don't know, man. I'm just happy. I'm very happy to have it done. Uh, when I get this big budget, though, I'm gonna do another version of it. I'm gonna do a second printing anyway because of certain things that I need to correct.
Mm.
Grammatical errors. Is grammatical a word? I need
Grammatical,
grammatical.
grammatical.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
word exactly. Things I need to fix there here and there, but and that book would be like the second printing. So I feel like I'm having my first Ninja Turtle run right now. Like if you
There
got
you go.
when you got that classic thing, but then
Yeah.
reprint with some things might have been fixed and tightened up and whatever. And it's cool because it's tightened up, but it ain't that raw uncut one that the first few people got to put their hands on.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna keep my copy nice and 9.5. I'm gonna keep it around the 9.5.
Oh,
I might flip through it a couple times, but
do they grade graphic novels? I don't know. Do they?
they better. I'm sure they will. If I pay them to, they gonna do
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure they ain't gonna turn no money down, man.
it. Yeah, they'll do it. But yeah, man, this it's good though, man. Like I said, it was a lot deeper than I even thought because even just talking to you for these months or whatever about it in more detail, I didn't even realize how deep it went. You got so many characters and you got so many subplots and you got so much history and the characters already that you got dragons in there. You got dang on, you know, the
Man.
pig, the
Unicorns,
the
this
unicorns. You got all kinds of stuff in there that I didn't even think about. So I think it's gonna be dope, man. I hope somebody does come along and drop some serious cash on it and say, hey, just make what you want to make.
that's what I'm hoping for, man. I mean, well, that's what I'm working on. I ain't even gonna say hoping. That's what I'm working on.
Yeah.
The biggest debate now is when those conversations start happening, I got a couple different paths I can pursue, and then there's the unknown things that can come into play.
Mhm.
But the question that comes into play is if certain things are put on the table, how do we manage those things and maintain the integrity of what we want to be doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Other things that would maintain all integrity just might not give us the same type of money, but
hmm,
there are things that I can definitely put into motion. So I'm working from that perspective first. The long route, it doesn't give a bunch of money, but it builds up some things that can lead to those other opportunities. And you know, it ain't. I want to stress it ain't about the money. It's just the funds, the
yeah,
resources
yeah.
propel it.
Having the resources.
You know, so
Yeah,
that's what I'm aiming for, man. But I'm
yeah.
very.
I know. There's a couple other people I'm following that are dealing with that also. I know, Anthony Piper. I saw him post about that on Instagram, talking about, he didn't want to hit the rights to Trill League and stuff like that.
Right.
And my dude, Andrew Augustin, he who does Notion Games, he said the same thing. He does work with Nintendo, and he's always talking about how, you know contracts and, negotiations and all that stuff. So, hey man, I don't envy you that. As a matter of fact, I'm hopefully shortly hereafter we'll be doing the same thing. But, I would encourage you to keep what you can keep,
Right.
cause
Right. Right. I mean, the
and
big.
I know your wife ain't gonna let you give up certain stuff anyway. So
Nah, see, I think I told you about the 30 million conversation.
yeah, yeah. She said, nah,
Nah,
that's gonna be a no.
it's the integrity of it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain things that I have I'm working on. I wouldn't mind sell. I'm not attached to them. I'll sell them because that's the point of it. You know,
Hmm.
to license them out or to option them out so that I can take those funds and do other things. But then there's certain things like this and Black Panda that hold a different place with me because I don't. You know, you give it up and people change it, and then it becomes what's already happening out there instead of being what we're pushing for it to be. You know,
Right, right.
I mean, Marvel's been making some good strides. I respect a lot of moves that they've been making, but I also find myself in a weird place where I see people I know personally posting up about Riri and Iron Man, but they ain't posting up about these other characters that us indies are doing. And I'm kind of like,
Yeah,
man, Disney
right.
good. Like they got the
Yeah.
platform. They don't need 1,000
Yeah.
players
They
from
don't need they don't need that.
you know,
I
other
agree.
projects that are out here because there's plenty of them out here that were happening before anybody said to Disney, "Man, when you gonna represent me?" There was people that was already saying, "We're representing you. We're doing it. We're putting it out there."
Yeah. Me
And,
and Morgan had that conversation a lot, man. I think, especially today, it's more of a social thing, man. People don't seem to support stuff until, it seems like somebody else is supporting it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they with Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff, it takes somebody like Chance the Rapper or Kanye or somebody like that saying, "Oh shoot, check out Fairy Tale Nights," or, "Oh, bring back Ace Blade," or whatever. And then people be like, "Oh yeah, I knew Wally back, when such and such and such." But nah, you could be sharing right now. You could be doing that right now and helping out.
and
And
that's
there are people.
and that's why I appreciate the people who jumped on this campaign early for whatever the reason. You know what I'm saying? Because they could have easily been like, oh, "I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see who else jump on it." They could have been like, but it ain't Marvel though." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they could have easily took that route, but for whatever the reason, they believed enough to say, "Man, I'm gonna go ahead." And I mean, I had a partner who he don't read comic books. He don't even like coming to comic book related things. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? But
mhm.
when he found out what it was and what it was about, he gave a huge contribution quietly.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I want to see this do something. You know what I'm saying? And that stuff means a lot. You know what I'm saying? That people from
Yeah, it does.
life are jumping in. And hopefully it'll continue to grow. That's the plan. That's a desire. But I ain't in no rush to do another campaign right now because I'm scared to. I'm scared to even take on another personal book. I just want to push this one for a little bit. You
I
know,
understand that, man. Well, I'm gonna be writing in the
coming. That's
meantime.
fast coming though.
I'm just gonna let you know. I'm gonna be writing in the meantime because I feel like you got something dope, and I'm always writing anyway. So
Right.
when I'm not working on Ace Blade, look, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be writing some stuff. And look, As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and tell people you already said that you're gonna do some exclusive stuff for us. So man, I always appreciate you holding us down, man. It's like you've done your art is so dope, and you really don't even have to do it. So I just appreciate you even offering to draw, Ace Blade and Lumberjacks and Black Scorpion, man. I appreciate that, man. You don't even know if I had the
Straight
talent,
up.
if I had the talent to do it, and we've had that conversation. I know that I can sketch a little bit, but bro, my stuff ain't nowhere near yours, bro.
I mean, I
So
appreciate it, man. Like, but doing that is it's a weird dichotomy of a situation. Am I using that word right? I think I am. I'm
yeah,
smart.
you got it. You got it.
It's a weird thing, man, because it's we want to support each other, but we're all in these weird situations where we still got to balance life, bills, personal pleasure. I want to stand up for. I want, and so it makes it hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really wish I just had a team of artists so I could be like, "Yo, Danny Moore, what y'all need, man? Like, pick one." You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think I ain't been able to build that yet because even though there's people that might would jump in and do it, I respect the fact that they got to do what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, it's small to say, yo, let me do these pieces. I feel like I'd be a hypocrite. I'm not saying an artist or a writer's got to throw their talents out for free. I'm just saying figuring that support. I always push that support comes in many forms. So figuring out how you can offer your support to somebody that's pushing and building and doing like I think that's necessary to sleep good at night. You know what I'm saying? Especially in these days. Sometimes I bite off more than I should be chewing, but I
Hmm.
eventually get through it. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it's all with the intent of standing for what I'm saying and not just talking to be talking or just saying, yo, man, I'm about this, I'm about my people, but then I don't do nothing for my people. I don't stand with my people or I don't encourage people. Like,
Yeah.
that's just not what it should be. But, and those characters, man, if I hadn't been doing these 18 and 20-hour days finishing up Fairy Tale Nights, I'd have had some stuff finished for y'all a long time ago. But I
Bro,
was, man, let me tell you, if a camera had been following me around the past 2 weeks,
you should have had it, man. You should have had a camera following you
I
around. We could have
wanted
Yeah,
it.
you should have.
I wanted it.
I'll watch it.
a mini series, bro.
I got some footage, but I don't have those moments. Like
Uh-huh.
these nights that my head was on this Cintiq right here was a pillow. Like I would wake up like, oh snap, oh man, let me whew. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
tough, bro.
because I had to just stop. I didn't take no work. I ain't had no income coming in for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I
Dang, man.
I just was like, bro, I got to get this book finished. You know what I'm saying? Like
Dang, man.
and I'm calling the printer every day. Like, hey, what if I push it back to Monday? Hey, what? Danny text me like, man, did you get it in? I'm like, I'm gonna text you back. Like, because I'm like, I don't want to be distracted by nothing. I don't even want to have an excuse. I ain't watching no. I ain't listening to no music. It was a point I wasn't even listening to no music. I was like, if I see
Wow.
the words of this song, I ain't gonna be focusing on what I'm doing. So I ain't listening to no music. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I know
tough.
how that go, bro.
That's tough.
I know how that go.
Shoot. Up.
I know how that go because I know when I try and get in my mode and write and try to knock something out, I try to cut out all noise possible. All noise, like if I could be in a capsule of some sort and dropped into the ocean where it ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like I want as little distraction as possible. So I
Yeah.
mean, most of the time, when I can, when I know I'm gonna have some time to write, you know what I'm saying? Uh, if I could be away from my son and everybody who would call me to get my son, that's my plan. You know what I'm saying? So so like that way, like everything else is off the table that I can literally just refuse calls, not answer, whatever, and then just explain it later. Be like, hey, look, man,
Right,
I had to do what I had to do
right.
for me to get through. For me to get through just volume one of Lumberjacks was crucial with all the stuff that I had going on. You know what I'm saying? My son being sick off and on,
Right.
work, other nonsense and stuff like that. I mean, that's one of the hardest parts about being a creator or something, period, is finding the time to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like to find, especially when you have a full-time job
Right.
and a full-time family. You know what I'm saying? Like that mess ain't easy. So hey, look, I'm glad you took the approach you did, bro. Because I am 100% serious. When I get paid, Paratil Nights it's in there. Like I'm absolutely positively getting that joint.
Well,
I told you I was waiting on it. I won't lie.
he only got, I think, how many copies you ordered this time? 100 or?
It's 100 first printing and second printing. I'm not sure the number yet. Second printing they have a different color code cover. You know how the publishers like to do little small changes to the.
Yeah.
And then the third time we do the printing, hopefully it'll be a couple thousand copies. So that'll be.
Well, I'm getting one of these first editions. Don't even worry about it.
Hey man, yeah. If I could slide one of these first editions, I need it, dog.
I'm gonna be there on Saturday. Most Queen is coming with me.
I can't.
I'm gonna bring the children down.
Oh, I'm a tail too. Woo! I'm gonna be snitched that day.
We gotta be back by 2:00 though. So. Oh man, but so you're gonna cheer for these Panthers this year, right?
I mean, it's home team. I'm always give a certain amount of respect to home team. You know, let's be clear. Here's where I was with that. Since we're gonna go there, right?
Oh, he about to explain away all that mess that he was talking already.
So back in the day, I was one of the happiest people that the Panthers were a team in North Carolina, right?
Mm-hmm.
Back where I'm originally from, when they found out the Panthers was happening, people was spray painting buildings and putting big Panthers on the side of it, like
as they should.
Woo, we got a team, you know what I'm saying? The boy Jake came in, disastrously sold me short. You know, it's like a bad relationship. I told Dan this before. Right? They broke my heart. Right?
Oh man.
Because of Jake alone?
That fumbled Super Bowl. Well, I know they should have won.
Oh, man. But we got cheated, though. Like, literally, you have to understand, like, it is fully documented that we got cheated. Like, fully documented.
Well, see,
as a matter of fact.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Well, here's my problem. We got cheated, but I also wonder if certain people took some things to help that along a little bit. Me personally.
I don't think so, bro.
I don't
think so.
I don't know.
Do you really think... You've been watching Steve Smith, I'm sure, right? Do you think for 1 second that Smitty would have let somebody? Smitty punched Ken Lucas for talking trash to him in the nose. He broke his nose. Yeah. That was in practice. They on the same team.
Kind of like Danny though. He a jerk anyway. You know, you just never know.
Smitty
on another level though.
They definitely a high.
Smitty
on another level.
Smitty like a regular.
Smitty.
He like Super Saiyan 12 or something.
I'm a regular. He's Super Saiyan God mode jerk.
Yo, Smitty straight stole off on this dude in practice. Yeah. So if he found out, if he had an inkling that somebody had cheated, he would have smashed that dude on sight. You know what I'm saying? So what we know happened is that the Patriots literally recorded our practices, and then the NFL burned the tapes. So like to say a fix is stating it mildly. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, we still have those tapes.
Yeah.
And I agree. You know, it's just that moment left a bad feeling in my heart, right? And
that thing hurt me.
I was still trying to hold on with him, and then they wouldn't let Jake go. You know what I'm saying?
Who else are they gonna let play?
Me.
Who we gonna give it to?
Me, anybody. Like,
no.
Hey,
they could have got Papa and I'd have been happy. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, when the game was on the line, I got to give Drake his credit, man. When the game was, if you kept the game close, he found a way to win it at the end, man. That dude, he might throw 7 picks beforehand.
That was our $2 Brett Favre, man.
Yeah, he might throw a whole bunch of picks before, but eventually he gonna make that thing work, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Eventually, if you can keep him within 7 points, he gonna find a way to win that game. So look,
I had to step away. I had to take.
I understand, man, but you know, you might as well come home, man. We got Cameron, you know, we got Cam out there, we got Thomas Davis, we got, you know, Luke Kuechly, we got my boy Shaq Thompson that's getting ready to blow the league up. We got Kurt Coleman back there. Our young corners look good right now.
Be clear. There was a moment in life where Panthers jerseys and memorabilia wasn't allowed in my home, right?
Okay.
Somebody bought my son a jersey. Somehow I ended up cleaning some tires. I don't know who did that, right?
Come on.
This is this is at a down point, right? So there came
Mhm.
a time when there was talk about Mike Vick, which I knew wouldn't happen because of everything that came
Mhm.
on with Vick. But the fact that it was a conversation made me like,
Mhm.
I can respect that there's even that conversation happening. You know what I'm saying? But I said they're not gonna get my man. But if they do, I don't care how many Super Bowls they throw, I'm gonna stand behind them. I said the other thing that will make me stand behind them again would be if them boys pick up my man Cam, which we all knew that was the direction they was trying to go anyway, right?
It was that and luck.
If they get, which but I said if they get Cam, I'm gonna rock with them, but I'm gonna have to do it at a certain pace. I can't just jump back on and just be diehard because I ain't that dude. I ain't the bandwagon dude. Like I gotta gradually move myself back in. Put my. I'll leave a toothbrush, an extra
It's been
toothbrush.
5 years, man.
I'll
How long
bring-
is it
I'll
gonna
bring-
take?
But that's what I'm saying. That's not a bandwagon. You can't be bandwagon if that was your squad before. If that was your squad before and you stopped caring because of heartbreak, and then you jump back on later, that don't make you bandwagon. That means you took a hiatus.
See, here's what happened.
Bandwagon is what Morgan does. He'll
Hold up, kid.
root for NC
Hold
State
up.
one year, and then he'll say, "Oh, Duke is my squad," and then he'll be
Why do
like,
I have to explain this? This is like the third podcast I've had to explain this
going
on.
to the championship,
Duke
and then
fans, right? You got
next year,
just let
That's
that.
not what happened.
he'll be like, "Coach K is the greatest coach of all time."
Duke fans.
Coach K is the greatest.
Duke fans are different. I just leave that at that. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
Fans are, though.
Hold on. This is exactly what happened. I don't want no nonsense from you guys.
See?
I'm gonna explain this one last time.
Okay.
I've been a Carolina Panthers fan for as long as football has crossed my mind and I knew to watch it.
Okay.
From the time that I saw Steve Smith hit the field,
right,
literally, I was on board. That was it. I didn't care about nobody else. Now, I did always rock with Ray Lewis. That was my dude.
Right.
But the Panthers is still my squad. I just rock with Ray Lewis because Ray Lewis is my dude. So I've always been a diehard Panthers fan. I grew up a crucially diehard Duke fan.
Ah.
What happened was when I got ready to go to college, I said I cannot go on Duke's campus rooting for NC State because I wanted to go to NC State. So I had already been watching State play football, and I liked the football team. I was fully with that squad with Phillip Rivers and Torrey Holt, and then the class after that they had McCargo, Mario Williams.
He just looked.
We had the baddest defense in the country. We were literally ranked number 1 that year. I rolled with NC State hard, but Chuck Amato found ways to lose us games. Like he literally, if there was ever a time in history where somebody was giving up or losing games on purpose, Chuck Amato was absolutely doing that.
Right.
And when that happened, I just stopped watching State altogether. Then I applied to A&T, and I was like, well, I ain't going to State. I ain't got to worry about A&T. But I still, I could be a Duke fan to go to A&T or whatever. So when I got to A&T, I was still riding with Duke, but not as visibly loud as I had been because I stopped caring about college like that.
He didn't tell nobody.
I look, when my heart got broke with Chuck Amato, all college, everything could go to Hades. Like real talk. Like I didn't care about nothing no more. I was hurt. We had the number 1 defense in the country the whole year, and this dude found a way to suck. That crap pissed me off so bad. Like I didn't want to watch nothing but the Panthers and the NBA.
Just tell him why you're not a Tar Heels fan. Because it is so ludicrous.
No, wait a minute. No, wait. Let me finish. This is what happened. So I stopped caring about college altogether. I stopped watching college basketball, period. Duke or anybody else. I hadn't watched it in years. You know what I'm saying? Then I started. I started this job at Cardinal Health, and there was these 2 Carolina fans and a State fan. And the Carolina fans would rag this dude for no reason at all. Like literally, this dude would just be getting on his forklift to go mind his business and put stuff up. And these dudes would be talking straight trash. Like I'm talking about from the time this dude walked in the door to the time he left, and I was like, man, God, dog, bro, I ain't watched college. And I told him, I said, I ain't watched college basketball in years, but y'all gonna make me root for State just to see y'all hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because they talk so much trash all the time. And, you know, that didn't stop them from talking trash. So when State got to the tournament, I was rooting for them or whatever. I never rooted against Duke. It was not possible. It's not in me to root against Duke. I couldn't do it. But what I found was that the common denominator was I could not root for the Tar Heels. It just was not possible. My friends would tell me, come on board. Why don't you just, you know, Danny is one of them. He was like, why don't you just go ahead and go for the Tar Heels? You say you don't care. Why don't you come on to the Tar Heels? Danny was one. David was one. Davis was one. Yes, you do. You remember it. So we had these conversations. I said, I will try. And I literally could not do it. And then that's when it dawned on me. And I said, God, I have to be a diehard Duke fan. I already was, but I literally cannot root for the Tar Heels. So, I started.
You know what I learned? All Duke fans have one of these weird stories.
What exactly, right?
About what turned them against and what made them like my cousin's stories.
I was already against y'all. You got to understand. I grew up a diehard Duke Blue Devils fan. Like I still got pictures of me coming into school in high school with the newspaper taped to my shirt. There's pictures in the yearbook.
I got a picture of me up on my mom's wall with a Duke shirt and holding a Duke basketball. That don't mean that I was a Duke fan. I was 4 years old.
Well, I wasn't 4.
I didn't know anybody.
I said I was in high school. I was in high school doing this.
But listen,
I used to make.
Let me explain to you the thing though, right? State fans deserve to get attacked by Carolina fans. So that dude that you work,
wow,
he should have cried every day. He was a State fan. He made that choice. You know what I mean?
Spoken like a Tar Heel. That is crazy.
Now, as far as
wow,
so not rooting for Carolina, I don't know how
I can't
convince so many people to go against the true and original North Carolina team. You know what I mean? Like,
man, I don't want to hear that nonsense.
I don't know why the knockoff blue caused so many people. You know what I mean? Like
knockoff blue.
I mean, we know the real Carolina blue. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
That Carolina blue is the basis for all blue. You feel me? So
the color of the sky, man.
Oh my God.
The color of the sky.
It's like heavenly sent or something. You know what I'm saying?
This is so much nonsense.
So
you can clearly see who God roots for every morning when you look at the sky. You can see it.
Really? What about when we look at NASA space station? What color is the ocean that covers almost the entire world?
We're talking about the sky. We're not talking about.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fine.
Down, we looking up.
You're talking about you looking down. Right. You looking in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I'm looking down from space. not the sky.
That's the problem.
We live on Earth, though. We live on Earth.
You tell people they better than people, and that's not true.
Exactly. Man. There it is. You trying to act like you all up in the stratosphere. I live on a space station while y'all live on Earth.
The last time the Tar Heels won the championship was when?
Morgan, all blue matters.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Anyway.
That's a lie. The last time the Tar Heels won a championship was when?
What's that got to do with anything? Why you bring it up?
Last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was almost last year, man. We were one shot.
You got what? Bro, what's the key word in that sentence?
I don't even.
What was the key word in that sentence?
Yo, this was Off the Fourth Wall, episode 12.
Yeah.
Cut it off. Appreciate wOlly for coming through. Everybody, make sure you go check out Fairy Tale Nights. It's gonna be coming out this Saturday, August.
I'm getting mine.
What, the 13th?
I'm serious. I need one of them joints to slide off my way.
Most def.
Go to Rebel Base Comics in Charlotte. Get your copy. Tell your friends.
Nice.com.
There you go. Get you one as soon as possible. You want to get one of these first editions. I'm telling you, it's going to be valuable. I might get 2.
I might do a blue edition, but we already know what blue is going to be, though.
We know what blue is going to be. All right. It will.
No, come on.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. We'll catch y'all later. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
That's disgusting. It's disgusting.